Alrighty, happy good Black Friday. Oh man, I'm a little tired right now, not to mention my life is upside down. When I say upside down, I mean it is definitely upside down for multiple reasons. Happy Friday, as always. Happy every single day that I am vlogging, posting, whatever you really want to call this. Today is Black Friday. Today, and hopefully everyone had a phenomenal Thanksgiving for everyone that celebrates Thanksgiving out there. Um, we have a short day today. Market's going to be closed, I believe, at 1 p.m. If I'm not mistaken. Honestly, I thought markets were going to close early on Wednesday, but I was wrong about that. Oh boy, gotta do better due diligence, I guess, of timing of markets. Okay, so yesterday I did upload a Thanksgiving video. Yeah, I lied. Yeah, I love talking about the stock market. I absolutely despise the weekends. I love Monday through Friday so very much, which is why I'm such a jolly human being, because 5 days out of the week, it's the best. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff going on here. Not to mention, like I said, I may have some technical issues in this video. I just got an early Christmas present that I bought myself, a new gaming video recording laptop, the Asus Nebulous laptop, Strix. Yeah, it's an awesome laptop, and the reason that I invest in laptops is because I do a lot of traveling. So a desktop would definitely not really be the best. But whenever I do buy a new laptop, relatively the last time was 2022, the transferring of files suck. Not to mention the programs are terrible also. So I'm going to be dealing with that all day long. But I am recording on my new laptop, which everything looks very well down pack. And hopefully I sound good too. Okay, Bitcoin, it's all about Bitcoin. You got to be watching Bitcoin. What Bitcoin does this weekend is going to dictate next week. If we go ahead and sell off on Bitcoin, and like I said yesterday in yesterday's video, if you definitely want to check it out, it's very... I'm not a financial advisor, but I've been in this market now for a little bit. 2020 Rona crash, but I have emerged from 2022 high interest rates era, which has broken and killed so many people. And I have really spotted good trends of a bull trap, a bear trap, and if Bitcoin, if we go ahead and break out of this $93,000 level over the weekend, or we just hold where we are going into Monday, we're going to be setting up very well. Very well. If we go ahead and reject, and if we go ahead and, let's say, sell off from the 90s and we go down to the 80s, next week when the Wall Streeters come back, they're going to be selling stocks, and this sell-off is going to continue. So it's going to suck for a lot of people. For people like myself, it's just going to be more buying opportunities. Doing a public profile challenge here. And right now, the public profile... public profile, where are you? Hello, public profile. Ah, there we go, public profile. It's new laptop, new buttons. Not really new buttons, but just I clicked the wrong button. Okay, so... we still got quite a bit of capital left to really deploy into stocks. And if we do go on a massive bull run, then I'm definitely going to be picking up some good options, some long-term options. I don't dabble in short-term options anymore. Although, I mean, hey, if the entire market's going risk on, utilizing a small percentage of your profile, it could very well be seen as gambling. And by all means it is. But are you gambling 1 or 2% of your profile, or are you going to be gambling like 10 to 30% of your profile? Big difference. Very big difference. I did update my Webull, and for some reason, it's all weird now. I don't. I honestly don't know why. Whenever I install or open Weeble, like I got three laptops since my new laptop just came in, and every laptop that I have Weeble on, it looks different. I don't know why. I've never seen anything like it, but it is what it is. Let's just go ahead and roll with it. Okay, so these are my public positions on this account. SoFi, Palantir, Robinhood, AMD, Honest, Meta, Honest. As we see today, doing some pretty decent like greens. Nothing explosive going to the moon. Obviously, everything is really just by algos today and stuff. But still, I mean, SoFi is pretty much holding. Palantir is it is where it is. Robinhood is holding its 10% gain from Wednesday, which is really good. AMD it's holding. It's the fact that AMD was below $200 on Wednesday. What a joke. Oh, what an absolute joke. Meta, I honestly wish I picked up more Meta shares, but Meta is doing a very well-rounded V-shaped recovery. Honest Company is really, in my opinion, my only risk-on play for this profile. You can argue that all these positions are risk-on. But overall, yeah, this looks so much different than like my other laptop with Weeble. I actually do like the position ratio. So SoFi is a massive position here. A lot of people, they will say that they need to rebalance their profile. To be honest, SoFi is also a massive position in my private profile as well too. Nearly a $50,000 position for SoFi. So I mean, at the same time, it's like, do I feel like I need to reposition like SoFi, which means take chips off the table? I'd rather buy more stock. Because as I deploy money into buying assets, my biggest position kind of really slims down. A lot of people, get wigged out because they have like a stock that performs utterly remarkable, and they're like, "Ooh, I need to, rebalance my profile." I'm very confident, and I feel good with SoFi being 36% on this profile. I actually. It's a tough decision because, like, I am an AMD bull and I have such good reasoning behind it. And everything that I've looked at AMD and I've researched on, this stock is going to be 3, 4, 5 potential times X over the course of 3-5 years, maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. So it's like, do I want AMD 20% or would I rather have AMD near 30%? That's really one of those things. But right now, every single thing in this market, me personally, I'm just really holding. I really want to see what happens next week if we do have any pressure. Obviously, I have a good amount of capital on this account here, and if the market dips for whatever reason, then I'll continue picking up stock. And Palantir, I was definitely not really the most aggressive with buying into it because I honestly thought a bigger pullback was going to come. Same thing with Robinhood. I was a little more aggressive with AMD. Meta, I did buy 2 more shares on Wednesday. But otherwise, I mean, everything right now is just really positioned for like, hey, let's let things go. And the public account challenge is taking this amount, which is about 34,000, to 6 figures, six figures plus in the course of 1 to a year and a half. Is that possible to go from 30, 34, 36 grand, 37 grand, going to be soon, hopefully, to $100,000? Oh, absolutely. Especially with the stuff that these companies are going to be doing, not to mention the fact that I don't even have all my chips to being deployed. I still have a lot of capital left to buy stocks. And some of the stocks that I'm currently looking at, I haven't talked about yet, and they are growth companies that have not done the switch yet. Basically the equivalent of like SoFi in the sevens of when I was buying SoFi in 2024, and also Palantir in the teens. Ironically, I was actually buying Palantir when they were in the teens. I just ended up selling in the 20s, got back in the 30s, then I sold in the 60s. I should have honestly just held on to Palantir, but hey, you live and learn, right? SoFi is going to be a long-term hold, definitely for me. Okay, let's go ahead and look at some moving averages right now and see where things could be going. Definitely into tomorrow. Like I said, anything is possible. When I say going into tomorrow, I mean literally going into Monday. It really matters about Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is going to hold and we are going to be done with this selling bullshit this past week, then it's going to happen. If not, then it's not going to do well. There's going to be more selling pressure. Okay, so SoFi is looking like it's doing a phenomenal V-shaped recovery. Obviously, I honestly thought SoFi was going to maybe not do a V-shaped recovery this early. Maybe like after Thanksgiving week, we start like trending up like near the Fed meeting. But for SoFi, December 5th, mark your calendars, December 6th is going to be the announcement of new companies entering into the S&P 500. When Palantir entered the S&P 500, they got a premium of 20%. And ironically, they were around this same exact price range. Once Palantir got into the S&P 500, I actually bought back into Palantir. And then Palantir doubled up in a short period of time. I'm not saying SoFi is going to be doing that. Obviously, Palantir is trading richer than SoFi, and Wall Street has all eyes on Palantir. So very different. Yes, Wall Street is buying SoFi as well, but it's like not as much as we see of what has happened with Palantir and also Nvidia. So we ended up doing this V-shaped recovery early. Could we also pull back here? But I'm really, really liking how we have now 2 solid days. SoFi, we want to maintain to be above the 50-day moving average of $28, 28.20. And honestly, we're probably going to be. AMD's a tough one. It looks like we potentially filled this gap, but a lot of traders will argue saying no, we did not. AMD, in my opinion, with everything that has been announced and everything that is projected, we could very well see AMD get above 220 again to get above the 50-day moving average and continue a bullish trend. Or maybe we just consolidate between the 50 and the 100-day for a little bit, and we do this until we go into next earnings. Anything is possible. I mean, obviously with AMD, we had a lot of consolidation in this 160 area. Yeah, we trended up after earnings, but then we pushed back to consolidate more. And we went consolidation all the way from July all the way up until October. So we could consolidate all the way up until earnings. What would I do at that point? If all the moving, because the longer that you consolidate, the moving averages, they reset. So stocks that move up so quickly, if they consolidate over a 3-month period, they reset their moving averages, which allows them to go higher. Fundamental analysis, they hate talking about this. Like people that are like long-term investors, just buy the stock if you believe in the future. Yeah, I believe on the future, but here's the thing. If I can save 20% by being patient, because patient pays off, then I'm going to save 20%. Obviously, if I just don't give a shit, and if I buy Palantir in the 250s, and I'm like, Palantir is going to be in the Palantir is going to be $800 in 5 years, why does it matter? Okay, well, you want to know what? What if hypothetically, in a couple years from now, I'm in a bad situation financially, and I need to take some profits? Obviously, a 20% difference of investing, it matters. What if hypothetically something happens to me, in 2 to 3 years where I need money? I need to take my investments. You got to be thinking always, but I do understand the long-term investor's mentality. Just buy the stock and hold it long-term. But you can save and you can make a lot more money with actually just learning moving averages. I really should make a lot of content around stuff like this. But on the daily time frame, all these candles represent one day. You're just going to be looking at the 50, the 100, and the 200 day. I do use the Keltner channel a lot for trading, but I've been kind of really pulling back from using the Keltner channel because on this profile of buying, I'm kind of really doing like long-term trading, anywhere between maybe 6 to 18 months out before I really look at taking some profits. AMD, though, is going to be 3 to 5 years. SoFi is going to be 10 years of holding. Palantir, Robinhood, Meta, Honest, those are going to be 6 to 18 months of a hold on this account. Why not hold Palantir for the next 10 years? Because Palantir has already ran up so very, very much, and there's other companies that are gonna potentially very much go on an epic run. So I can make more money by looking at other companies rather than holding Palantir that may not do a 5x in the course of 3 to 5 years. Palantir, could they double up and triple up in the next 3 to 5 years? Go from 167 to maybe 450? Oh, yeah. But there are other stocks that can go from, keep the number simple, $10 to $50 in the course of 3 years, and I make more money on that trade. Okay, so Palantir, AMD, they're just either going to get above the 50-day moving average or really consolidate. Me personally, unless they go below $200, I'm not going to pick up any more shares. I'm content. Palantir, this is a tough one. Palantir showed a little bit of weakness because of the red candle that we had on Wednesday. Palantir could trend lower, and if Palantir breaks, I want to say 160. If I see Palantir on Monday pretty much start going like this, even if they bounce from 160, all this support up here and previous support around this area too, a lot of support in this area in the mid 150s, 160s, I'm going to go ahead and buy more shares on the public profile here. Robinhood really could be done. Robinhood could very well be a fast trade for me. I mean, hey, if Robinhood busts back, I mean, hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to be, regardless, I am making money. My average of Hood is down here. I'm making money. So if I don't get a chance to add more Robinhood shares, I still make money. Money is money. Profits are profits. And I'm happy at the end of the day. So Robinhood could be the first one that maybe I take some chips off the table, or maybe I just leave alone. Leave alone Robinhood. But Robinhood could very well continue this bullish momentum that they have had. Meta, we are seeing just a beautiful, and this is what pisses me off. Meta is going to be probably about $1,000 to maybe $1,200 in the course of over a year from now. Maybe a little longer. They're going to recover to $800 and they're just going to continue growing. We got midterms coming up next year. Midterms are going to propel them absolute forward, and I feel confident definitely holding my 8 Meta shares, 5600 they're gonna, I mean, it's gonna be a $1,000 share. I believe in the management. Honest, this is just really a risk on type play. If Honest shoots back up into the $3, I'll end up probably selling my entire position. I'll end up making a very quick 6, 7, 800 bucks. What I do with that money, I'll decide then. The SPY right now, that is a solid V-shaped recovery. Holy shit, man. Solid V-shaped recovery. I don't know. We could be at all-time highs sometime next week. And I mean, this has just been a buy-the-dip opportunity. Maybe this really was not a full-blown correction like people thought. However, maybe this turns out to be 2021. 2021, we rallied into the year, and then boom, smack dab, 2022. Maybe 2026, we see a nastiness. The Federal Reserve is going to cut rates, but the labor market is deteriorating. Oh, man, I sound like a Riri. Oh, sorry about that. The labor market data is not really the best. So we really got to do a reversal in a lot of data. But as for next week, we really just do not have a lot. I don't really think any of this stuff, I mean, this very well, it's anything can actually move the market. What am I saying? So on Monday, we got manufacturing PMI. This could very well shift the market a little bit. Auto sales, maybe. ADP unemployment. This is going to actually be big for next Wednesday. Initial jobless claims, yeah. PC is going to be really big for the Federal Reserve. And then that's pretty much, I mean, yeah. And then the following week is rate cut decision. For December 10th, FOMC. And the Federal Reserve is not even going to be getting some of these, like, reports until, like, after their meeting. But the Federal Reserve, it's all hands on deck. It's really all about if they go ahead and if the Federal Reserve says, hey, we're cutting rates, but we're done up until like June of 26 when Powell is replaced, the market may throw a hissy fit, but right now the market is just it's all cracked out for rate cuts. That's all the stock market cares about, and that's all the stock market just is talking about. Rate cuts, rate cuts, rate cuts. It is remarkable on how the S&P has pretty much recovered from this like dip, and it shows the power of buy the dip. It also shows the power that I have deployed, and I have spent about let's see. I ended up transferring over into this account $25,000. So keep the number simple. Cash balance is $7,000. I ended up buying $18,000 worth of stock on this account. I ended up buying about close to about $10,000 on my Robinhood account. So I ended up spending near 30 grand. So 2 weeks ago, I was more under-invested into the market. I'm not as much under-invested in the market, and I know that a lot of people are in the same boat as me. You're holding a lot of cash. My Robinhood account is not so much cash heavy anymore, and now my Webull account is also not really cash heavy. Yeah, 20% on this account is cash. Obviously, that's definitely more than to really. I mean, if anything, it's kind of more so like a trader's account. But sometimes you just got to go ahead and just let things go. And when everyone was screaming and just running around with their heads chopped off, that's when I was buying last week. You buy the fear. You gotta buy the fear. You gotta train yourself to buy the fear. Right now, if I were to buy stock, it would, like, it just... I am very fluent in this mentality. Right now, for me to buy stock, it's not appealing. I have trained my body. However, the vast majority of people that are not trained, you would feel good of buying some stock. I mean, hey, like, Meta right now is, Meta, oh, what did I just do? I don't last, okay, there we go. No, what do I, there we go. Okay. Here we go. I think that's better. I think I just had to update this. When I say that everything is messed up, I legitimately mean, like, everything is messed up on this. I had to redo so much stuff. Why does this look just so weird? I gotta watch, like, an old video, see how my trading view is set up. Good thing about recording videos. The average person would look at SoFi, AMD, Palantir, and they would be like, everything's going up, I gotta buy. I can't miss the opportunity. A lot of times you lose money. That's a bull trap. It's when the stock market is plunging, you gotta force yourself to buy. Not a financial advisor, but buying the fear is always a lot better than buying the green. You gotta buy the blood. Okay, wrap up this video. It's all about Bitcoin. I might be uploading a video tomorrow talking about more related stuff, but it truly is all about, it's all about Bitcoin. What Bitcoin does over the weekend, what we see Bitcoin doing. Hopefully it's good. I really do want, and honestly, I am still underinvested in the market, but I hope for the best always. Even though I have a lot of capital that's not deployed into stocks, screw it. Let's go bullish. Let this rally continue. Let's have a Santa Claus rally. Let the golden age begin. Can it? That is the question. Without a recession first. We'll talk more about that probably tomorrow. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe, please. Love you all, and see you later. Bye!